Welcome to JMG Tint Wraps. Today we are tinting this Corvette back window. This is a very hard back window. So if you can master this back window, you could pretty much tint any car. The first thing you're gonna need to do is get your fabric softener. What this is going to do is reduce the amount of static that's gonna happen when working with the film. So this is gonna allow the film to move and not get stuck, which is gonna be very important. So you wanna make sure you cover the whole glass with this. Once that's done, you're just gonna let it dry up and then we'll be able to continue on. Now that it's dry, we can go ahead and lay our film on. For this type of job, you would never wanna do this with a pre-cut. This is something you definitely wanna do with a cutout. So this is all about finding the right position for the roll around. Rolls around nicely. Now this kind of conforms pretty naturally, making it a lot easier for the heat shrink so that the main heat shrink problem will happen down here. Now we got to trim out as far back as we can. Gonna lock in the film in certain spots. Just a little bit down this direction, not too much. Same thing over here. And then you want to create your fingers. So the easiest part is definitely going to be the top. The harder part definitely going to be the bottom. So seeing that's the case, you should start off with the hard part. So that this way, if you mess up, you didn't waste time doing the top part. Now I'm going to slowly start applying that heat. Okay, we run our finger again, create new fingers. Main thing I'm trying to concentrate here on is keeping the direction of the fingers kind of still going this direction. We don't want fingers going this direction because the film can only be heat shrunk in these two directions. So if you start heat shrinking it sideways, a finger will keep coming out and it won't go away. That'll be a finger that's stuck, eventually turning into a crease. So you want to be careful with that. Now, we're going to use a technique that we use a lot with doing Teslas. We're going to pull the film a little bit and have it create new tension in a different area. Now there's a lot of heat in this area right now, so we're going to take a break from it and we're going to continue on to the other side. Important thing is to keep it always moving and to pay attention to the film that it's moving. It's getting stuck right here because of the finger there, so we're going to have to push it out. And then again, we're going to do the whole grabbing technique. Again, a lot of heat, so we'll come back over here to this section. If you're nervous about what you're doing, this is the safest thing you can do. Apply heat at a far direction. But you gotta make sure you eventually start seeing that film move. So this whole bottom section is good. Again, everything you're seeing is past where the line is. You don't have to keep going at it to try to get it further. As long as it's past the line, you're good to go. So now let's go ahead and do this top section. Again, best advice is try to work the film all together. Actually ends right here, so this side's done already.
Does having this extra film here make the heat shrinking easier?
Yes. So having the extra film allows you to grab it, you know what I'm saying, so that you could pull it in the direction, help you with the heat shrink, along with making sure that the damage part happens after where the film is. So if you had a pre-cut, we have a plotter right here. If we were to do a pre-cut with this, I don't think I would be able to do it because the film being right to the edge doesn't give me any space to work with. It's right to the end. So if it starts curling at the end there, I'm done. It is what it is. But when you have that extra film, you can end up pushing out the creases to the outside of where the film is going to be, and then you can just cut off all that creasing. So you definitely want to do a bulk install. You don't want to be doing this with a pre-cut. You want to do this with extra film because like I said, then you can go ahead and grab the film and put a little bit more direction in it than if it were right to the edge. So that's my tip, bulk install, not pre-cut. Okay, again, following it through. If you get nervous, just have the heat gun a little bit further. But again, you want to see that the film is moving. Two things can happen if the film is not moving. One, you could end up creasing the film from putting too much heat on it. And two, it won't go nowhere, or it's not doing anything. Sometimes it could not move and you could apply your stroke and it will be good, but that's some pro stuff right there because if you try to do it without really knowing what you're doing, it will cause a crease. Sometimes when I don't see the film moving, I know I'm confident enough to hit it and it still will be good. So right here I have a finger that I wouldn't say I like the direction of how it's looking. So let me just try to open up a little bit without opening up too much. So this would be one of those fingers where I'm applying heat to it. It's not moving too much, but my stroke is putting the pressure and the tension where it needs to be. Know where your gloss is. The gloss ends right here. So it's just this one finger I need to get rid of, and then this thing's good to go. There we go. Now it's all ready for a cutout. So what I'm going to do now is put a light on the inside so I could perfectly see the glass, and then we'll go ahead and do our cut. Let's say you don't have a light or you feel like it's not working good enough. You could also use spray away glass cleaner. So what you would do in this instance is spray it on the edge. We'll do one side at a time. And then now if you look, you see the white, so it actually makes it a lot easier for you to see as well. So those are the two ways you can go about trying to do your cutout. Whenever you're cutting on the car and it's going to be straight glass to knife, you want to make sure you got a fresh blade. Let's not skip around and miss that. Change my direction. Remove the excess. When you're pulling film off, make sure you're always pulling away. This is considered away. Now the window is ready to be installed. But we are going to remove it. We're going to put it on our glass board. We are going to clean the back window again, and then we'll go for the install. So like I said, we already cleaned the glass perfectly, so we're doing our final swipe. Okay. Ready for install. Heavy on the bottom. Okay, now we're gonna get out the car and grab our film. Oh. This technique right here is called the California roll. And I guess it's named because of this right here. We're gonna roll that up and take it with us. This is a great way to be transporting your tint. You're not worried about debris. Look, woo! Good to go. Woo! Get in a comfortable position where you have good access to the window. Now you're gonna pull the one liner off and don't let it stick back on. Some people do, I don't. We're gonna just get the film to lay down right now. We get it as close as we can to the corner. That's fantastic. Slowly, just make sure the film is laying down flat. Slide it over when you can. Beautiful. Now I'm ready to do it. Now you want to start lining it up. Make sure you see no light gaps. And then use your hands, as you see me doing, to make sure the film is laying pretty flat. Get rid of any big bubbles I see. Again, making sure we see no light gaps, looking around all the edges. All right, looks to be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and squeegee now. Now, if you were to end up with fingers on the sides, like I said, you can't be heat shrinking on the sides. You can hit them. You can do it. But you have to be fast with it, and you can't leave it for too long. If you leave the heat gun on a finger too long when it's sideways, you are going to have, again, that same finger I talked about earlier is going to cause a crease, and it's not going to go away. So, for example, I have one right here. So now I'm going to show you how to take care of it. First, I'm going to get that water out. It's staying down, which means I did do a good heat shrink for it to stay. Now I'm just going to heat over to make sure it's sealed down. Staying down and sealing it down are two different things. They require the same actions, but you're doing two different things. See, that one came up, I took care of it. I moved away. I did not let it sit there. I'm gonna pass by it again, because again, we know one's there. So we gotta make sure we keep it sealed down, but we gotta keep the heat gun moving so that we don't cause that crease to stay. Now I didn't see it go back up in the 3 passes. That means it's pretty sure that it's solid and we're good to go. So this back window is done. We're gonna clean it up and we'll show you the finished product. Finished product should look something like this. Perfect install, super clean. The only imperfections that I'm seeing is on the glass itself because this is a 2003 Corvette. So go ahead, take a look. All the edges are crisp. No fingers. Glass looks perfect. Way better than it did before. So if your installer can do a Corvette back window, they can do any car. They're trustworthy to handle the job. If they can't handle this, they ain't the one.